Okay, so we're starting 4.5 today, where we're going to be solving inequalities. Okay? Any volunteer to read this little sticky note for me? Nice and loud. Emma. Stop.
You can solve inequalities in the same way you solve equations. You inverse operations to get the variable by itself.
Okay, so we can solve inequalities using the same tools that we use for solving equations. So instead of there being an equal sign, now it's going to have the inequality. Okay? Instead of having the equal sign, it's just going to have an inequality, but we're following the same steps. So, number one, okay, wait a second. Let's talk about this really quick. We're also going to need to graph our solution because the inequality said it's going to tell us that there's going to be more than one answer. So we're going to show it in a graph. Okay, you're going to have a circle on the number, and then your arrow is going to go one direction. Number one, x minus 5 is greater than negative 3. How do I get x by itself? How do I get x by itself? I need to get rid of minus 5. Maddie?
Minus 5.
What's the opposite of minus 5?
Plus 5.
Plus 5. And then whatever I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other. So then x is left over here. Our less than sign stays the same. What is negative 3 plus 5? Maddie? 2. So that means x is less than 2. So any number that we plugged into that problem that is less than 2 will make it true.
Wait.
What?
Wouldn't it be 1 because you have to count 0?
Nope.
Huh?
Go to negative 3 on the number line and go 5 spaces.
It's 1.
No,
Oh.
it's 2. Okay, so that means any number less than 2 would work for this problem. So we need to show that on this number line by graphing it. So what we're going to do is, since 2 is the number that we got here, we're going to draw a line right down the middle and put 2. You don't need to write any other values. We don't need to write 3. We don't need to write 1. We can just write our 2. Now we have to put a circle on 2, but we need to know whether the number 2 is included in the solution or not.
Yeah.
X has to be less than 2. It doesn't say less than or equal to. It just says less than 2. So 2 is not included. So we are going to put an open circle on 2. Open circle. See over here, open means not included. And then it's all numbers that are less than 2. So we need to draw a line with an arrow going that way. All numbers less than 2 would make this equation or this inequality true. Hey, notice how the inequality is pointing towards the left up here? Pointing towards the left. That's the same way we're drawing our line. You don't need lined paper today, by the way.
Why not?
Because I put your homework on a worksheet. Number 2. 8.5 greater than or equal to D. Please stop talking. D plus 10. We want to get D by itself. So I need to take care of plus 10. How do I get rid of that plus 10, Reagan?
Minus 10.
Yep. We're going to subtract 10 from both sides. That one cancels. So 8.5 minus 10, negative 1.5, greater than or equal to D. Okay, so this is the number that we got. So we're drawing a line, negative 1.5. Again, we don't need to fill in any other numbers, but if we did, this is a negative one, so it would, your numbers would be going backwards, by the way. So when I read that solution to the inequality, it says negative 1.5 is greater than or equal to D. So does 1.5, negative 1.5, work as a solution? Yes, because it has this line down here, that means it does work. So we need to fill in our circle. So anytime your inequality has the or equal to line, your circle will be filled in on the graph. And which way is our arrow going to go? Are we going to the right or are we going to the left? Reagan? The right, because this arrow is pointing to the right. So we know our answer solution graph will point to the right. How about number 3? I have negative 1/2 greater than z minus 1/4. Negative 1/2 greater than z minus 1/4. What do I do? How do I get z by itself? How do I get z by itself, Tori?
You add 1/4.
Good.
Both sides.
Tori, what is negative 1/2 plus 1/4?
Use my calculator. Negative 1/4.
Good. So negative 1/4 is greater than z. So we're going to make negative 1/4. We're going to make that our line. Sorry, mine's not in the middle, but it's because that toolbar right there. And is my circle going to be open or closed on my graph, Reagan?
It's gonna be open.
Yes, it's going to be open. And which way is my arrow going to be pointing? Look at this. Look at the greater than, the greater than sign. Which way is it pointing? To the
Right.
To the right, to the right. Everything you own in the box to the right. Just kidding. It's to the left. The song.
You put it to the right. Good to go.
The math problem is to the right. The song lyrics are to the left.
Oh. But there's a whole back page. Just kidding.
Okay, so homework for today, which I will pass out here in a second. You have 9 problems. You will solve the inequality and then you will graph the solution on here as well.